Hip Hop Connection.
This is the Voice of America's Hip Hop Connection. Dwayne D.C. Collins in for the vacation and Rod Murray. And as always, Rod always has a special guest in the studio today with us, R&B legend, music legend, Mr. Donell Jones. Welcome to Voice of America.
Hey, what's up, man? Appreciate it. Thanks for bringing me out, definitely.
I mean, your career has spanned over 10, 11 years.
Yeah,
Talk about that.
Yeah. It's been a minute, man. I started out in '93. I met Eddie F at the BRE. We was just
Black
speaking
Radio
about,
exclusive.
Yeah, and I had a group at the time named Porsche, and we had a showcase, but nobody came to the showcase.
Oh my goodness!
So we decided to go outside the hotel and sing for everybody who was checking in and checking out. So we caught the eye of Eddie F, and he was like, "Yo, man, don't sing for nobody else. I'm gonna sign you guys." Quite naturally, we didn't believe it, so we went to the next person and started singing. He was like, "Nah, guys, I'm gonna sign you." So about a month later, he sent us plane tickets to come to Jersey, and that was the start.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Also, there's this war going on. No, this is not a real war, but it's sort of a tug of war of where is this gentleman from? Is he from Atlanta? Is he from Chicago?
Chicago, born and raised, 45th and King Drive. Yeah.
And also, I read in your bio, talking about your beginnings, your humble beginnings, when you were pretty much trying to decide whether or not to hang out in the mean streets or become a musician.
Oh yeah, I mean, both my parents worked, so I had a lot of time to get into some things that I shouldn't have been. And gang violence was one of them. I mean, I'm definitely not proud of it, but two loving parents, man. But when you're not there, your children can. And I think it was more peer pressure. I had a lot of friends that was involved. So quite naturally, I just followed. But what took me away from it was, I think around 15 is when I met my group, and we started singing around Chicago, and I fell in love with it. I already knew how to sing, but my passion for the music just really took over, and it kept me away from the streets. Every weekend we'd have a show, and then I really got into playing my keyboard more. So I definitely credit music, man, for saving my life.
Well, I didn't know this until recently, but I learned that your father is a famous musician or singer.
Nah, what? I think somebody got that mixed up. No, a lot of people think that Bobby Jones is my father. He's not my father. No, Bobby Jones is not my father. He's a great pastor, but yeah, my father, he's a pastor also. His name is Roy. Out of Chicago, but yeah, I've heard that too.
So that proves that you can't read everything on that.
No, you can't read everything. People make up their own stories, and somehow it just goes out.
Well, you're an accomplished songwriter.
Yeah.
Well, who are some of your influences?
Oh man, this is gonna take a long time. Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder, the Isley Brothers, Gene Carn, Alicia Myers, Gamble and Huff, Quincy Jones, Rick James. Tina Marie. I mean, I just listened. My mother had a collection of records that was crazy. It probably filled this room up, and that's all she did was play records all day, every day. So I got exposed to a lot of different styles of R&B and just different music. Period.
Well, I understand you wrote songs for Madonna, Silk, 702.
Yeah.
How did that come about from your transition from Porsche in 1993 up until your first album?
Well, when we got to Eddie's house, the other guys were they were into other things, and I was more into the music. I wanted to, while Eddie and them was in the basement working on tracks, I'd be down there trying to sneak a peek and see what they was doing, because I already knew how to play the piano. But he had another studio down there that, he just let the artists come and mess around. So I guess he seen me in there every day, just, working. He was like, man, this kid is really focused on it. So one day the guys in the group got into a fight, and they bust a hole in his wall. So he sent everybody home, and about a month later, he was working with Usher, and he was like, yo, you know what? I want to try Donell out to write the song. So he brought me back by myself, and I wrote the song for Usher, and then that was pretty much the beginning. Puffy had heard it, And then he wanted me to write another song for Usher, which was "You Took My Heart." And then from there, it just kept going. Everybody wanted me to start writing songs for him. They just liked the style.
Well, right now we're going to get into one of the most famous songs that hitting the #1 on the Billboard charts. You Know What's Up. Now, when you came up with that song, did you write that song?
I didn't write that. That song was actually written by Anthony Hamilton. Yeah,
My homeboy.
yeah. Anthony Hamilton wrote that song with another guy. And when I first heard the song, I didn't like it, man.
Right.
I mean, it was another name. It was called When You Hear the Car Horn Blow or something like that. And then when they came back with that record, I was like, okay, let's do this. Yeah.
Well, I must say this. I grew up with music in my house, but my father wasn't a DJ or anything like that, and he wasn't a big music enthusiast, so we didn't have like crates of records sitting around the house. So I was familiar with Stevie Wonder, but you introduced me to Knocks Me Off My Feet. What made you record that song?
You know what? That's funny because actually I didn't even know that was a Stevie Wonder song at the time myself. And a producer by the name of Darren Winnington had came to me and he was like, "Yo, I'm trying to get some work as a producer, so I want you to sing this song for me." You know, his wife sang it to me, and I just sang it to the tape exactly how she sang it to me. And L.A. Reid heard it and was like, "Yo, this has to go on his album." You know what I'm saying? Perfect. I was like, wow, you know, I didn't even know that. And maybe that's why it came out that way. Because had I known it was Stevie Wonder song, I probably would have been intimidated. Yeah.
Well, but it had a very genuine sound. You would never known that it had some roots somewhere else. But it's a beautiful song.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful.
We'll move up to speed right now to 2010. You got a new album out called Lyrics.
Yes, yes.
And let's talk about this album. And you had taken a hiatus for about 4 years to take some family time.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us about the inspiration for this new album, Lyrics.
Well, the new album, man, it's really all about, love. You got good sides of love, you got bad sides of love, makeups, breakups. And I just wanted to talk about all the aspects of love. And I really feel like I've accomplished that with this record. I have a song on the album called All About the Sex. And that record is when you hear the title, you think all about the sex, but it's not. It's really about meeting a woman and clicking with her on so many other levels. There's a line in the song that says, if she was a penitentiary, I'd be a lifer, proud to wear that ball and chain and the stripes. Like together, we're the dark-skinned version of Brad and Angelina, but the opposite of Ike and Tina. So with this woman, you just click so much that the sex is definitely necessary, but that's not the reason why you're together. You're together because you're mentally there. I have another song on the album called Back Door. And that record is about, as us guys, we work a lot and we tend to forget about home. So I wrote a record that says that, if us men, we forget about our women, somebody could be sneaking in your back door. So you got to pay attention to home. Make sure you treat your woman right and make sure that, you show her some love, you know what I'm saying? Because, hey, it could happen.
Well, you also have a song where the lyrics say, "You are I'm the frame, and you can be the picture."
Yes.
Let's talk about the inspiration behind that song. Maybe we can get into that real quick.
Oh yeah, that's Love Like This. Love Like This is a record, man. I know a lot of women out there in the world been hurt, and one of the messages that I'm trying to get across is that I know you've been hurt, but it's okay to give a brother a chance. Give a guy a chance. You never know what could happen. I mean, it can go the same route, but at least, you gave a brother a chance. And then I give a little bit of truth that, I used to be the same guy that used to break hearts. But as I've gotten older, I know what it's like to be a man, So maybe, I know for me, when I was young, I wanted a variety of everything. But now that I've gotten older, man, I feel like I'm a man and now I understand what it is to have one woman and be faithful to that.
So this music truly is a sort of a personal journey for you.
It is. It is. I feel like most of the songs I write come from personal experiences, and I think that's why people feel my music.
Well, we love your music so much. We're going to hear this one right now on Hip Hop Connection.